During the week, Brandon Bailey and Kurt Felix joined me to talk about the three feature races at Hollywood Bets Gravel this coming Saturday. The Lonsdale Stirrup Cup, the Woolavington 2000 and the Daily News 2000. We finished the discussion with an early look forward to the Hollywood Bets Durban July, which runs in just over 1 month from now. Enjoy. Race number 5 starts the features, starts Jackpot 1, the listed Lonsdale Stirrup Cup over 2,400 metres. Hollywood Bets Durban July entries for 2 Shoot the Rapids, 4 Future Swing, 7 Holding Thumbs and 8 Marauding Horde. All horses that are just in and out the periphery. What does the market say, Brandon?
7-2, number 2, Shoot the Rapids. 8 Marauding Horde at 15-4. 3 Field Marshal at 4-1. And then you got 5s. I'm going to say the 2 rank outsiders being 520 Drachmas at 10-1 and the rank outsider Duke of Africa at 40-1.
Kurt, you've been saying that this is the race that you found a shrewdie in.
I wouldn't say it's a shooty. Obviously, after listening to the betting, I mean, Shoot the Rapids is my first selection in the race.
He's already shortened it, Al. Too shrewd, Kurt himself.
You know, I just watched the replay of his last run, and he went for a gap, the same gap that Narina Trigon took, and Narina Trigon got first run home. Although he probably needed the run, and this would probably be his main aim, I think Shoot the Rapids has got to be a huge run on the day.
Any others that go into the conversation there from your side?
You know, the stable companion Field Marshal, a bit of a question mark over the distance, in my opinion, but a low weight Cabello up, I think, is a bit of a runner. Blackberry Malt on his day, you know, he always proves me wrong. Always have a chirp with the owners. Never know what distance he should be running over, whether it's 1,400 meters, a mile. He's running over 2.4, so he's got to be a runner if he produces his best form. And then Holding Thumbs, he's also got to be a runner. You got to put a line through his last start in order to include him in this.
Yeah, he's obviously a lot better than that run. Pulled up with post-race distress. Brandon, how many horses are you keen on here?
Well, Ellie, I think it's a nightmare. I mean, this was Holding Thumbs. That run was just awful last time. He's got to be better than that. I mean, when was here in the Western Cape, I thought he would actually be potentially a horse we could follow for the Durban season. Glenn Cotson came on air and they were upbeat that I think they priced him at 14-1 on that occasion, and he said, I'll have some of that. Word on the ground is he was doing really well at home. He was handy and he just found nothing. So I don't know what to expect from him. But Ali, let me tell you, if he does rock up, I think he'll be quite hard to beat. Your number 7 Holding Thumbs. You can make a case for, as Kurt said, Shoot the Rapids, Field Marshal. Perhaps we need to get hold of Chevet to try and see his thoughts on his dad's horses, because I think they have got big winning chances. And then Future Swing, 63.5 on his back. A bit too much pudding over this sort of trip, I think.
Yeah,
also disappointing last time, wasn't he?
Yeah, 100%. You know what? One thing that worries me about Holding Thumbs at Gravel lately, they've been stopping that last 175 meters. So, you know, natural front runner, it's always going to be difficult when they're stopping at Gravel. When they stop at Gravel, it doesn't matter how good you are, you're going to stop that last bit.
So
what does Lauren say about Marauding Horde?
Absolutely nothing. Saw him during the week. Marauding Horde, Hollywood Bets Gravel doesn't strike me as a horse for the short turns.
Turfentine, stand side, galloping track.
Absolutely.
That's my opinion.
So if guys were taking pick sixes, jackpots, would there be anything we leave out? Do you go fields? Is it just the rank outsiders?
You could just about go field, yeah.
I'd go field because I think we've got 2 bankers coming up.
Okay, super.
Okay, let's go on to the next. It's the Woolavington, where they go 2,000 meters. It's a grade 2. Hollywood Bets Durban July entries for number 1, Rainbow Lorikeet, number 6, Beating Wings, 7, Mocha Blend, 8, Regeneration, and 11, Indian Ocean. Of that lot, again, not too many in the top half of the log, if on the log at all. In fact, none on the log going into this. But give me everything. What price, Brandon?
Favorite 28-10, 1 Rainbow Lorikeet 13-2 with an 8 Regeneration, 2 Hats Queen at 8-1 with number 6 Beating Wings. I see Mocha Blends also at 8s, and then you're getting 10s, 14s, and better.
Kurt, I'll start with you. Give me everything. How eye-catching was that last run in the Grade 2 World Sports Betting KZN Fillies Guineas?
It was from that draw, Ali. It was a very good run. Just Brandon, go back and tell me what price is number 4, Little Susie?
14-1.
For me, that's crazy value. I mean, that's my roughie for the day. She was sitting 1 in front of Give Me Everything, turning for home. She's receiving a kilo from Give Me Everything. And now, on that run, she was beaten 0.75 lengths, getting a kilo. If one's 28-10, there's no ways Little Susie, in my opinion, can be 14-1. She's got to prove herself over this trip and in this class. But, I mean, her earlier form is quite strong. And, I mean, she's run through some good horses. I mean, Mon Petit Cherry back in the Cape. Double Grand Slam, although that was probably too tough too soon. Her last run, 13 out of 14, like with Give Me Everything, was 14 out of 14. Soft ride, in my opinion, from Sean Veal. I think she's got to be a massive run at 14 to 1. I can't see her starting 14 to 1.
And they walked, to be fair, which wouldn't have suited a few. I don't think it suited the runner-up, but definitely didn't suit Give Me Everything. Probably wouldn't have suited Little Susie as well. Do you think Kurt's onto something here, or are you just solid Give Me Everything, Brandon?
Well, Ellie, I was with you this morning. I know this is a pre-recorded panel discussion, and we were on the phone with a certain individual that found Zeitz before he won the Politician. And I said, give us one winner for Saturday's meeting. His name's Rahil. Does a lot of work for Durban. You'll be with him on Saturday, I'm sure. And he said, I like Little Susie. So there we go.
There we go.
14 to 1. Al, I don't think punters can write this horse off. Two guys that follow the game. They're sick for the sports, and they both found themselves on the same horse. Look, you got to think Give Me Everything's a massive runner. I mean, that draw last time out, almost impossible to win from at Hollywood Bets Gravel. But there's a few, Ellie. I'd like to actually ask you about this horse, My Soulmate. I know she's done really well over the staying trips, but from a good draw, was a Yeni 57.5? She's not going there just to have a look-see.
Yeah, 5th in this race last year. She ran into a little bit of trouble as well. Think that Give Me Everything's going to be hard to beat, but optimistic My Soulmate won't disgrace herself and can get into the action. Probably just didn't stay 3,200 meters last time at Turfentine, so yeah, she's worth another. She's learned how to race now because she just dropped the bit. You had to really get stuck into in the early stages for her to travel, so she's doing things a lot better. And I know Musie's got a lot of time for her, knows how to ride number 5, My Soulmate, but I think she can run into the money, but number 9, Give Me Everything, very, very hard to beat in my book, what I saw last time.
Candice's filly's got to be a runner as well from that draw.
Rainbow Lorikeet, massive chance.
It's got to be a massive chance. 1400, too short last time out. I called the race. She was staying on beautifully. So
it's good prep at home. Good prep on her home turf last time.
Absolutely.
And don't forget the mare, Nightingale, was also trained by Candice Bass Robinson. She went close in the Hollywood Bets Durban July roughly a decade ago, having a similar type of prep. So guys have kind of frightened me off Giving Me Everything. Not to say that Brandon and Kurt don't think she can win, but they are casting their net a little bit wider than I thought they would in the Grade 2 Woolavington. Now on to the Grade 1 Daily News 2000. Just look at the roll of honour of this race. Bad horses don't win the Daily News 2000. And are we going to have a bit of a procession this time around? We shall see. Any horses other than 8 on 18 in single figures here?
Funny enough, you said that. Yes, Ali. 5 to 10, obviously 8 on 18. But Okavango's 6 to 1, Confederates at 7 to 1, Spumante Dolce at 7 to 1, and then Native Ruler, Parisian Walker, and Makazole, all the rank outsiders.
I'll start with you here, Brandon. Should we look for spooks, or is 8 on 18 just too good?
Too good. Ali, I'll be very surprised if he gets beat. Justin Snaith happened, I think we raced the next day after he ran second last time over the mile with a stable companion one. We raced on the 4th of May, and Justin was here. I believe he was galloping early morning, and I said to him, surely 8 on 18 is the right horse in the Daily News. He said, listen, if we don't run Sail the Seas there, he'd be very hard to beat. That was an eye-catching performance. He only really got going when the race was over, Ali. He got caught flat-footed a little bit. You would have noticed Richard got after him because you have to, especially at Hollywood Bets Gravel. But this is tailor-made for him. He's easily the best horse on paper, and I'll be very surprised. I actually thought he would be closer to 1 to 4, 1 to 5.
Interesting. Number 7, 8 on 18. Kurt. Let's think back. I mean, he is a World Sports Betting Cape Town Met winner. He's won Grade 1 at Wait for Age, one of the premier races in the country. If you can do that, you can do just about anything.
Absolutely. I mean, he has to be the horse to beat, and I think he commands all the respect that he needs. I mean, you know, the only unknown for me is the filly, Spumante Dolce. Speaking to Gavin Arena at Hollywood Bets Kenilworth during the week, he seems to think that she's got a shot. But in my opinion, I don't think that £5 is enough weight to receive from a WSB Met winner. I know Justin sent up Makazole to be the pacemaker, to make sure that there's an honest pace. As you remember in the Guineas, there wasn't much pace in the race. And for me, he ran an incredible race considering there was no pace, short of his best trip. I think there's plenty room for improvement from him. I don't think the course is an issue. I thought it might be a bit tight for him, but he seems like a type of horse that over 10 furlong can switch it on it, like a button. So I think he's got to be very hard to beat.
So Spumante Dolce, your alternative?
Yeah, I would see her running second. I can't see anything else running second.
Brandon, your biggest sort of lurker in the pack?
Well, it's going to be interesting. Kurt touched on the pace, Ali. We know what Confederate went and did at Turfentine. over 1,800 meters last time out. I don't think they're going to want to change tactics with him because if you're seeing out 1,800 meters at the Big T, I think you'll get 10 furlong at Greyville, no problem. So I'm not sure. He could potentially be the horse that stays on. I mean, that's for me, when I play the race in my head, he's probably the horse that they're going to have to go and fetch. But I don't want to know. 8 on 18, let's not complicate it.
Perfect. Okay, so that is pretty much a wrap. Lots of food for thought, lots of opinions, lots of sort of reruns and opinions to digest as far as this meeting is concerned. Just to throw forward, obviously, to the 5th of July, the Hollywood Bets Durban July. A reminder that Fiery Pegasus has sadly been withdrawn, so we're down to 50 names on that log as we speak, and probably a lot to qualify or probably not do their chances any justice. Just before we say goodbye, Kurt, at the moment, Hollywood Bets Durban July, picture hazy for you, or have you sort of narrowed it down?
Very, very hazy for me, Ali. Generally, this time of the year, you'd like to have 1 or 2 horses nailed down, and you know, punters get their doubles going. But for me, it's just getting harder and harder. If 8 on 18 was confirmed a definite runner, I would see him very hard to beat. I mean, he's just too good, in my opinion. He's the best 3-year-old around, and I think that trip will suit him down to the ground too.
But at the moment, 50-50, as I said at the top of the show. Brandon, your Hollywood Bets Durban July picture, is it also still a bit hazy, or are you starting to split the pairs of not in the race and in the race?
Kurt's spot on. Just depends what happens with 8 on 18, Ali. I mean, if he does run and we get the all clear, I think a lot depends on what happens now with the daily news on Saturday, but we'll leave that to Justin and his team to make the right decision. Ali, as it stands, I think 5-1 top 4. I wouldn't have said this 3 months ago. I didn't even know he existed. Salukwe, the way he won last time out, I think 5-6-1 a place. The way he won, you have to think he beat those older horses convincingly, and it could be a fairy tale story. He has a man, Sereno Mudley, who was obviously chomping, trying to get the opportunities. I think he's out the top draw as a rider. Who knows? Could be his time to shine. I'm not saying he can win it. I think he's got a lot to do in terms of trying to win it, but we've got to try and find something for the places. There's just too much value in this year's Hollywood Bets Durban July.
Yeah, the old boys see it again.
See it again.
Case for him.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've liked him from the Cape Summer season, but the top weight. But you'll hear Pierre Stradham's documentary. They'll hopefully be out in the next few weeks or before the Hollywood Bets Durban July. He's of the opinion that it's the best prep going into a feature of all the Mets and all the Julys that he's running. Is the best prep he's ever had. So
Royal Victory can't be completely discounted either. He's run the other day.
Very
Quiet.
interesting for me. What would Richard Farid do if 8 on 18 was in the race and Legend of Arthur? I mean, that's got to be a tough choice for him. So, you know, punters need to keep track of which jockeys are taking which books.
And to complicate it more, My Best Shot has been thrown in, one of his favourite horses. I know that
he's not choosing My Best Shot over 8 and 18.
No, 100%. But it'll be heartbreaking for him, obviously, just seeing the attachment he's built with all these horses. But I mean, it's a fortunate position to be.
Probably one of those PE horses do get into the Hollywood Bets Durban July. Not that I have a bet on them, but I'll actually be shouting for them. I'd love to see it. That is pretty much a wrap. Looking forward to it all on Saturday, Hollywood Bets Greyville. Hopefully we'll see you there. The Daily News 2000 of 2025 coming your way. It always is a great race, and we hope it's another great edition. Till next time, goodbye. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you found some winners with us. Lots of direction leading into Africa's greatest horse race. Trust we'll see you at Hollywood Bets Greyville on Saturday. See you there.
It's a Daily News 2000 race day. 7 will line up. Only one leaves a legend. Last year, Green with Envy surged to victory. This year, a new challenger steps forward. A recent winner of the World Sports Betting Cape Town Met, 8 on 18, now chasing racing immortality. With just 7 in the field, there's no place to hide. It's brains, bravery, and bold moves that will separate contenders from champions. Join us on Saturday, the 24th of May for Daily News 2000. Be there to witness it.